This is ecobee's all-new Smart Thermostat. The newest addition to the ecobee thermostat lineup now features a new glass-encased display and more powerful specs, which should give the thermostat a much more premium feel. Alexa calling and Spotify Connect are also new to this generation. Before we get into the video, I should mention that I haven't actually used the ecobee Smart Thermostat, and these are just the considerations I've made while thinking about the product and if it's something I want to buy. I do own and currently use an ecobee 4, the previous generation. Also, I just want to thank you for watching, and if you get a chance, please subscribe to the channel. So smart thermostats have been around for quite a few years now, and they're an easy way to get your feet wet in the connected home market. While the competition for smart thermostats has grown, ecobee is generally at the top of the list in the smart thermostat rankings, along with rival Nest. ecobee is known for the ability to add external temperature and occupancy sensors throughout your home to help provide a more consistent and comfortable temperature. This can be especially useful if your thermostat is mounted in a hallway where you really don't spend a lot of time. These sensors have also received a refresh featuring a much more refined look. Replacing the ecobee 4, the new ecobee Smart Thermostat comes in at $249. So what does that get you? Besides being slightly thinner, the Smart Thermostat looks basically identical to the ecobee 4. Almost everything that's new is on the inside. ecobee added the ability to make calls using Alexa calling, in addition to the Alexa Assistant capabilities that were introduced on the ecobee 4. The voice control experience is now improved because of upgraded microphones on the new Smart Thermostat. There's also Spotify Connect and Bluetooth streaming, which enables you to use your thermostat as a speaker for your home that can be controlled from your phone. The Smart Thermostat also gained an improved speaker said to have twice the intensity, 5 GHz Wi-Fi support, and the new smart sensors. So if you're familiar with the first generation sensors, then the first thing you'll notice is a much nicer looking design. The new sensors will look much nicer, but they may stand out a bit more in your home because of this. The first generation, while not ugly, in my opinion looked much more like a prototype than a finished product. These new sensors also have an improved range, 60 feet up from 45 feet, longer battery life, and a wider sensing area. Now they can see 140 degrees horizontal and 100 degrees vertical, an increase of 20 degrees horizontal and 70 degrees vertical. This seems like a huge improvement. One sensor will be able to detect occupancy in a much larger area and will enable you to place the sensors in more positions in your home. So what hasn't changed? The sensors are used to take temperature readings and monitor for occupancy. This is exactly the same. These sensors are what give the ecobee thermostat an edge because they can be used to bias temperatures in rooms that have people in them. A feature ecobee calls Follow Me. Basically, the thermostat will only utilize the sensors that detect occupancy. This way, the rooms you're actually in will be the focal point of the thermostat's adjustments. There's also the same HomeKit, Alexa, Google Assistant, and Samsung SmartThings support. And the overall design of the thermostat itself is almost completely unchanged, which is disappointing. I was drawn to the ecobee thermostat line because of HomeKit integration and because of the external sensors. I currently have the ecobee 4 installed in my home, and for the most part, I like it. But there are a few things that I wish were different that the new Smart Thermostat did not address. First, the bezels around the screen. They're massive. I really wish they would have shrunk these a bit, or switched to an OLED screen to help blend them in. The speaker is supposedly better on this new model, but I think it could really benefit from the speakers facing out instead of towards the wall. It would really help with the sound, and also you wouldn't have to have a gap between the wall and the thermostat like it is now. Either way, I just don't see many cases where I would play music from my thermostat, especially if it is mounted in something like a hallway. I like the idea of having a glass-covered display, but I worry that it could break if accidentally knocked off the wall, which isn't that difficult to do. Again, especially if it's mounted in a hallway where there's a lot of traffic. Many of the new features just don't appeal to what I look for in a thermostat. They didn't need to add them. It almost feels like how smart TVs came about. I don't even know if you can buy a TV without having things like Netflix built in. But I already have a streaming box for that, and I already have a smart home assistant. I don't need it built into my thermostat. As I said, though, I am quite happy with my ecobee, and I can see myself buying one again, but I don't think I'll be upgrading to this model. It just doesn't make improvements where I wanted improvements to be made. If I was going to buy an ecobee thermostat today, at this point, I think I'd probably go with the ecobee 3 Lite, which has basically the same great functionality and external sensor support, but without Alexa and the audio streaming. Plus, it's $70 cheaper. However, if you're looking to add a smart assistant and thermostat in one to your home, then I would say this is the one to get.